Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew, man? We're back, baby. New Sunny V2, man. We got actors who went broke in the stupidest ways. You know any actors that you might think is on the list?
I really don't.
I don't know. I don't keep up with everybody's pockets, you know what I'm saying? I be pocket watching sometimes, you know what I'm saying, for inspirational purpose. Inspiration. It is, you know what I'm saying? Once you figure out, like, damn, they doing it like that, maybe I need to step up in some, you know what I'm saying? Some outlets, some directions.
But no, I can't think of anyone.
I don't pocket watch like that, though. Like,
that went broke for the
Nah. The only ones I see or something that I'm like, damn, they fell off. It's the ones that might get addicted to drugs and stuff. Other than that, I don't really be seeing people because it's like when I see those, I'm like, damn. Because when you come across them, you like, damn, I can't believe they turned out like that. They like, this be bad, bro, bad. But I know y'all see us looking different tonight. Hey, it's only one night, man. Hey, if you know, you know. Down south it's been a little chilly. You know what I'm saying? It's been in the negatives.
Been a little nippy,
we ain't used to the negatives. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I don't know what's going on with Tennessee, but y'all bringing that weather down here to Tennessee from New York, from wherever y'all coming from. Too many of y'all coming from all over the place. Y'all bring y'all issues with y'all, man. We don't need them issues down here, man. Go back. But with that being said, before we get into it, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go, man. You want to first support. All you have to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals,
liking it with a thumbs up.
But with that being said, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get into it. Let's check it out. Let's see what it's about, y'all.
Johnny Depp was spending $360,000 a year on wine bottles, while Nicolas Cage's bankruptcy included 9 Rolls Royces and his own private island. However, there are few actor bankruptcies stranger than Kim Basinger's, who thought it was smart to pay $20 million for an entire country town. Braselton, Georgia had only 2 shops and 500 local residents, one of which describing the town by stating, "Breading chicken is about the most exciting thing we do around here," which made the reason for Kim's purchase even more stupid. She planned on turning the town into a Hollywood tourist attraction by building a major film and recording studio with the added bonus of a theme park, homes and shopping centers at a time when Braselton's economic conditions were so atrocious. Another local resident stated, "If we talk about the economy, everybody gets depressed." Given the real Hollywood was on the other side of the country, it's no surprise that the project failed, forcing Kim to resell the town for $4.3 million, locking in a $15.7 million loss and the alienation of her entire family who'd also bought into the project. The stress from the town's failure then caused Kim to pull out of a movie she was starring in, prompting the producers to successfully sue her for $8.9 million, which Kim couldn't pay.
You had to declare bankruptcy. You made everything and then lost everything.
Lost everything. Every single thing.
But at least Kim Basinger still had her freedom, as when
I know about Wes. Yeah, his shit. Now, if you go right there, now I start thinking about all these people who went to jail for tax frauds or tax evasions type shit. And I'm like, it is not paying their taxes. It is a lot of celebrities who don't, you know what I'm saying? Or who just did that? And they were like, their accountant, they blamed it on their accountant. Was it Fat Joe? I think, did Fat Joe go to jail for not paying taxes? And when he had looked at the books, his accountant
I feel like I know what you're
was
talking
supposed
about.
to have been paying it, but actually stealing the money that whole time.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the details.
I want to say it was Fat Joe. If I'm mistake, I do apologize. That's just my ignorance to it. Not ignorance, but miss.
What is it? Because you don't know.
No, it's.
You're,
I know, so I'm not ignorant to it. I'm just ignorant to who it's about, which I might not be.
You may not be.
So it's not being ignorant to this thing, but that's crazy. She had her family invest into the property. Mm-hmm. She invested, and now everybody's, man, y'all better. The idea sounded dope. It sounded dope.
A lot of things on paper sound dope.
And that's the reason why when people be talking about all this, Like the dude was in the comments. Well, this is gonna be on Extra Dose channel, but dude was in the comments about the Bad Baby situation, and he was like, "Well, she 50 million up. What she could do is invest in here, invest it there. She could put in crypto." I'm like, "What you saying? Yeah, it sounds good, but you know how many people who have been up millions and had to file bankruptcy, and they blow through their money like." You know what I'm saying? So you can't necessarily, like I said, we will all find out about a lot of stuff years from now. Nothing happens right away. You will see that true success, how everything happens 5 to 10 years from now. You'll see if they was able to. But that's crazy. Lost that much and get sued. Damn, rain on your parade, man. Or your downfall.
Snipes' bankruptcy was so brutal, it also put him in prison. He'd earned over $50 million from a range of different roles, although despite purchasing an Aston Martin Vanquish, as well as mansions in both Florida and New Jersey, Wesley refused to lodge a single tax return over a 7-year period, and was therefore ordered to pay the IRS $23.5 million. Wesley tried to wiggle his way out of paying by making the strange claim that he was a non-resident alien of the United States despite being born there.
He knew he had to pay the taxes. He was just trying to find ways to avoid them.
Although things got a whole lot weirder when Snipes declared he had no taxable US income, making the IRS Form 1040 absolutely the wrong form for me to file. He also claimed taxes withheld were stolen funds, whilst adding the IRS deceives people to terrorize, enslave, rape, or pillage taxpayers. Although confronting the IRS was a very stupid strategy, as Wesley was immediately charged with 6 counts of willfully failing to file federal income tax returns, for which he was given a federal prison sentence.
Wesley Snipes gets 3 years behind bars.
In 2018, 5 years after being released from prison, Wesley Snipes still hadn't paid $1 toward his tax bill and would try to settle the $23.5 million debt by instead offering the IRS $842,000, which they understandably rejected. Wesley then tried arguing economic hardship, but the court said no to that too, instead dropping his tax bill to $9.5 million, which it seems he hasn't paid either. Avoiding a tax bill for 15 years might almost make him a genius. However,
low key, but you can't make no money, no more money.
Yeah.
That's the bad part, is because, damn, what do you do? Because I did hear that he was facing, at one point it was like talking about how he was possibly going back to jail. I was like, damn, nigga, he just got out.
He's like, I ain't paying him money.
But I ain't gonna hold you. I'm sure after that they probably seized all his properties. Everything is in his name.
I was like, we gonna get it one way. Yeah.
And that's the reason why I guess we don't see him in movies anymore. Even
Do we not?
Hell no. When the last time you seen a Wesley Snipes movie? And then I wonder, like, with his residual income off
that go?
Movies, does that go towards his taxes? So technically, he has no income. Damn, that sucks, bruh. That sucks ass. The best thing he can do, I'd say, is renounce your citizenship and move elsewhere and gain citizenship somewhere else. And then I guess from there try to. I
would like to know a little bit more about his, like how he like
is evading this whole time.
Yeah, like are you making any like or have any type of income?
Or can you even renounce your citizenship since you haven't paid your taxes?
I don't know how it works.
And they might have him on a flight ban since he had. Oh, he got a federal charge. He can't leave the country.
Yeah.
Never mind.
When Heidi Montag blew through $10 million, there was zero intelligence anywhere. Reality television was the source of her wealth, appearing in The Hills, Big Brother, and I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Outta Here. Although when these types of shows completely disappeared, Heidi instead began recording music, spending $2 million on her very first album. She'd state, I put every dollar I have into this. I've spent over $1 million, almost $2 million on this album. It's cost as much or more than a Britney Spears album because I wanted it to be that quality. The songs will make an impact in pop history. It sold only 1,000 copies. In case losing $2 million on a worthless album wasn't bad enough, she'd talk about her daily life by stating, every time we'd go out to eat, we'd order $4,000 bottles of wine. Heidi was going to the mall and dropping $20,000 to $30,000 a day. We thought we were Jay-Z and Beyonce. Heidi's outrageous spending was justified because we heard that the planet was going to end in 2012. We thought we have to spend this money before the asteroid hits, although the peak of her stupidity was still yet to come. With the money running low, Heidi faked a divorce with her husband, who explained the split was designed to create fresh interest in his wife for a potential British TV project. Divorcing was the only way to keep Heidi's career going, although this failed to do anything. Heidi Montag had to lose every penny before finally learning her lesson.
We live too in the moment. People say live in the moment. Well, we did. You know, we didn't really think about our futures.
All of which could have easily been learned by researching Nicolas Cage.
Bro, no, she didn't.
Heidi said, honey, we out here.
Did you know who?
Yeah.
Oh, I do not know her at all.
And Heidi said, honey, we out here trying to live like Jay-Z and Beyonce. Honey, worry about the end. We trying to spend it
And what's that? 12 years later, we still here. Like,
damn, somebody lied.
That's why you gotta tune away from the internet, bro. And these people will ruin you, man.
Really think about our futures.
All of which could have easily been learned by researching Nicolas Cage. National Treasure had brought his net worth to $150 million, prompting him to spend $25 million on a waterfront primary residence, although Nick also felt the need to buy a holiday home. He'd therefore spend a further $15 million on a Rhode Island countryside mansion, also picking up an $8.5 million apartment for his weekends away in Las Vegas. But what about his weekends in the Bahamas? Well, for that he'd drop $3 million on his own private island, but this didn't do anything for his trips to Europe, for which he'd spend a further $12.3 million on 2 medieval castles, where he'd spend huge sums on enormous Gatsby-style parties.
That's when you just got money and you just like...
You don't know what to do with it.
Bitch, donate it, give it to
like,
somebody.
do something.
Because eventually that's what you doing. You giving it to somebody else because you ain't going to be able to... And then just peep this. You buying all these homes and all these different locations. You can't live there throughout the year.
You gonna be in one place and one
you know what I'm saying?
Time.
So when you ain't there in all these other locations, somebody gotta keep the utilities on. Somebody gotta keep the unit on.
Just the upkeep.
The upkeep is too much. It's too much.
What are we doing?
Wasted?
Millions?
Bitch, give me the money. I would gladly take
2007, Nicolas Cage had bought 15 different houses, where he'd keep his 26 different vehicles, including 4 yachts, 9 Rolls Royces, and a nearly $3 million vintage Bugatti. Wow. Although this wasn't as old as his $276,000 dinosaur skull, kept next to a bookshelf holding a $150,000 Superman comic. Throughout the houses lived a $150,000 pet octopus, an $80,000 two-headed snake, and a pair of albino king cobras that set him back $150,000. To add a cherry on top of the cake, Nick purchased his own extravagant gravesite for a price of $40,000, finally concluding his crazy spending spree just months before the global financial crisis.
The real estate market crashed and I couldn't get out in time.
At around the same time, he began receiving fewer high-paying roles, and with 6 different loans on his Bel Air mansion, plus mortgages on every other property, Nicolas Cage was headed toward bankruptcy. By 2009, he owed a further $6.2 million in unpaid taxes, forcing him to sell almost everything, most of which at a loss. His $15 million Rhode Island mansion resold for $9.5 million, while his $276,000 dinosaur skull was taken by the government after they discovered it was originally stolen.
When the Mongolian government said that they needed it back, I gave it to them, but I never got my money back.
Nick launched a $20 million lawsuit against his former manager, stating, Cage discovered that he is now forced to sell major assets and investments at a significant loss and is faced with huge tax liabilities, although his manager clapped back by claiming he advised Cage against buying a Gulfstream jet, against buying and owning a flotilla of yachts, against buying and owning a squadron of Rolls Royces, and against buying millions of dollars in jewelry and art. The lawsuit was eventually dismissed as ridiculous, forcing Nick to take on low-quality acting roles purely to avoid bankruptcy.
It may not have been blue chip but it would still work.
When asked how much has money driven your work choices, Nick stated there are times when it's more of a factor than not, before adding, I had this pride thing where I wanted to work my way through anything, which Nicolas Cage has since done quite successfully, unlike Randy Quaid.
Damn.
You know, I don't know.
And that goes.
I was about to say, you know, sometimes you gotta go through things so that you can learn from it. Cause that was just very careless as far as like, you know, money. Like just like why we buying 15 homes? Why we got like I understand like people that they like cars. Why we got 26 cars?
Nah,
like,
I want this. Nah, I ain't gonna hold you. That Bugatti.
Yeah, that was nice.
Now if I hit the $100 million spending that much on a Bugatti, a vintage one.
Well,
I might would do that.
I'm not necessarily saying you can't buy it. I'm saying just 26 cars. Like, and they just said at these 15 homes and whatever.
Well, I'll say this. A lot of celebrities do that, though.
Yes, a lot of them do, but if you're not going to be smart about it, that's my point. You can do what you want with your money, but just be smart.
But like he also says, one of the biggest things that affected him that he didn't see coming and he couldn't do nothing about was investments. Yeah. You cannot control investments. And every time we talk about when it comes down to money, somebody always wants to be in the comments and say something. I'm like, yo, Google, like, look up stuff. You have people who make millions and billions of dollars and they lose it in a short span of time because of investments. Yeah. And investment, the markets, you can't control it. Yeah, if it crashed, it crashed. You lost.
You definitely can't control it.
And so, like, that's the reason I'm like, yo, sometimes it's best to just hold on to some of it. Yeah. Like, people like, what am I hold on to it for? Because you never know when you're going to need it for a rainy day. Yeah. If he didn't have half of the shit he had, he would have been able to say, all right, let me figure some stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Because he would have still had the money there. And then, not even with just that, you won't have to take some of the roles. Because some movies and roles, and that messes up your legacy. Yeah. And so now, when I know you done took a low budget amount for that budget ass movie, I know you willing to take a low budget amount now for my high paying movie. And so you be like, no, but I know my worth. Yeah, you knew your worth, but you went and did that, so you no longer have that same value. Now with somebody
gave up Hollywood to chase conspiracy, bankruptcy, and all-round insanity.
I'm back.
By appearing in Independence Day, Brokeback Mountain, and every National Lampoon movie, Randy Quaid became a multi-millionaire.
I have earned approximately $40 million throughout my career.
However, despite winning a Golden Globe and being nominated for an Oscar, Randy's career came to a screeching halt halfway through 2009. Why? Well, it began after he and his wife were arrested for trying to use a fake card to pay a $10,000 hotel bill, after which both refused to appear in court. After the case eventually settled, Randy and his wife were once again arrested, this time for squatting inside a vacant house they'd previously owned. However, things only got weirder from here. Randy and his wife began to claim they were being chased by a group called Star Whackers who were trying to kill Hollywood celebrities.
How many people do you know personally who have died suddenly and mysteriously in the past 5 years?
While also claiming the group was somehow controlling their finances.
If things keep going the way they are, and we don't do something about it to expose these people, my wife and I will be out on the street, and we'll have nothing to eat. Okay, that's how bad it is.
As a solution, Randy fled to Canada, where he'd begin to upload his conspiracies to YouTube.
A day of reckoning is nigh. Wake up!
After which he was arrested for a third time whilst trying to sneak back into America.
The Oscar-nominated actor and his wife in jail this morning after being arrested at the Canadian border in Vermont.
Exactly where Randy's $40 million went isn't entirely clear. However, Kelly Rutherford has been extremely open.
I'm sure he's trying to figure out where the 40 if you made where he go.
Man, this bruh. Him and his wife.
That's crazy.
They cuckoo. And I ain't talking about for Cocoa Puffs. And might be on drugs though, to be real.
Well, I don't know.
I ain't saying that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not insinuating that that's what he does. I'm just saying, like, sometimes you fall off the wagon. You know? Yeah. And nobody's there to help pick you back up. Yeah. So you just keep slumping.
And when the closest person to y'all in the same boat, shit. Where you go? Where you go from there?
We constantly keep sinking.
As long as they happy together.
About how she spent her fortune on lawyers. After gaining international stardom for appearing in Gossip Girl, Kelly had 2 kids with a German man who wasn't a US citizen. The couple divorced in 2009 and began to argue about custody, with a judge ruling the kid should live with their father in Europe as he wasn't permitted to return to America.
Because he can't come into the US, the children have to be in now France.
Yes.
The situation was so strange and unique, Kelly spent every penny she had trying to regain custody.
It's cost you, what, about $2.5 million already?
It's cost me everything I've ever made, everything.
And as a result, she filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy midway through the court case, having assets worth only $24,000 compared to liabilities totaling $2 million. On top of this, Kelly owed more than $350,000 in back taxes, $25,000 in Amex charges, and had a monthly income of just under $1,300. Although despite spending everything she'd ever earned, her efforts failed to impact the court's final choice.
Gossip Girl star Kelly Rutherford stunned and fighting back tears after losing a bitter custody battle today in New York Supreme Court.
Kelly's spending was out of complete necessity, whereas Johnny Depp's spending $650.
That sucks.
Yeah, her situation definitely. That's sad. That's a sad situation.
Yeah. Like, but also, never mind.
As far just the other stuff he named, I don't know, like as far as like the charges in the back. Like,
No,
I'm just talking about the spending the
about
money
the
to fight for her kids. But yeah,
the relationship probably shouldn't.
You just gotta be wise when.
Yeah, true that.
What you trying to say?
Yeah, true.
Million was nothing but complete stupidity. In 2012, he was listed as the world's highest paid actor by the Guinness Book of Records, although despite earning $900 million over a 13-year period, he spent the money so poorly Conan O'Brien joked that he must have gotten financial advice from Nicolas Cage. Similar to Cage, Depp purchased 14 different properties, including his own Bahamian private island, multiple countryside mansions, and a $60 million village in France, although it was Johnny Depp's day-to-day expenses that might have been even crazier. A 2017 lawsuit revealed he was burning $2 million a month on $200,000 for a private jet, $150,000 on security for himself and his family, $300,000 on staff including 40 full-time employees, and $30,000 on wine, which was confirmed during his trial with Amber Heard. However, Johnny Depp's craziest purchase was when he spent $3 million on his friend Hunter S. Thompson's funeral by firing his ashes out of a rocket-like cannon. Just like Nicolas Cage, Johnny Depp tried to sue his management company TMG, although they'd respond with their own lawsuit stating Depp chose time and again to ignore TMG and all of his other advisors. Depp truly has no one but himself to blame for his current financial and personal circumstances.
Well, dang.
That's true though. When y'all be trying to break out these lawsuits just because you didn't hit rock bottom, that's you, bro.
Especially when people have, especially when you have these financial advisors that they're put, you hire them for a reason.
Yeah.
Their job to say, this is not a smart purchase, this is not a smart investment, whatever the case may be. You're like, that's what you're saying. I'm gonna still do me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
They're not to blame. You're to blame. At the end of the day,
have to take accountability. Be like,
true.
Okay, I effed up. I gotta, a bit ahead of myself, and
you grown at the end of the day.
Yeah, you gotta figure it out.
Now, if we had saw like on this list like a child actor or something, then I would be like, can you really blame the child actor?
Yeah.
But in this case, everyone was grown. Everyone was grown. So all those decisions y'all made, that is y'all's decision.
Yeah.
So that's your failure.
Yeah, but I mean, if everyone now's in a because I don't know where their situation now. Because I don't keep up with people like that as far as financial and stuff like that. Hopefully, everybody in a good position though. Now, today.
Hope so.
I hope so.
But y'all spend us up in the comments, man. Let us know y'all thoughts about it down below. But as always, I do go by the name DJ Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are. We are.
Go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money low, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.